Justice League is an amazing comic book, 27 issues in, and I think this is a good one. A lot of fans might not share the same for it as much as I do, but it's given us a team up that we want to see, and that's great. Now, the story arc I want to tell you about, pretty much to hop in, is issues 26 and 27. There is a future that is pretty much done for. The Justice League are all dead, but their children are around. While reading these two, I felt like I felt like they were taking a look at Dragon Ball Z when Trunks came back to the past. Well, with their own agenda to prevent a future that we are left to see, and the ending is very shocking. Now, this is very great because Justice League, to me, I feel as though when they do time travel, I think that's when it really brings out a lot more for the characters. Now, I'm not going to spoil it. As you know, when I do my hopping issues, I don't want to give the story plot away. I just want to make it interesting enough for you to decide if you want to go and check it out. And I think this one is pretty good, just like the previous story arcs before this one. But pick up issues 26 and 27, and I think this week coming up or the following week, issue 28 will elaborate more on what's going on and why the ending is so shocking. Altogether right now, it's only going to cost you $5.08 plus tax. So go to your local comic book store and definitely pick up the Justice League issues 26 and 27. Up next, Justice League of America, an awesome, amazing 12-issue comic book as well. It's been quite a while. And in the 12th issue, we find out exactly what has happened to Ray Palmer, who is shrunk down into the Michaelverse, and his student, Ryan, has taken his place for the Justice League of America. Now, this team was brought together by Batman to go and do things that the Justice League can't do. The beginning of, or pretty much in the Atom comic book that you can also find in stores, Mr. Palmer, or Ray Palmer, was lost and sent out an SOS to his student Ryan, who is now able to travel down to the Michaelverse with the help of the Justice League of America. But has Mr. Palmer actually been found? You can go to the stores and find out. Only going to cost you $2.99 plus tax. Don't miss out on another great comic book that is coming out of DC, and this is also a DC rebirth. Amazing. And in case you guys are trying to figure out, well, who is this Atom guy? If you ever watched the CW Legends of Tomorrow, he's the guy that's in the mechanical suit that can shrink down to like really small levels, and he's pretty funny. The actor that plays him actually was Superman in I think it was 2006 movie Superman Returns. So that actor is now is now the Atom. I don't want to get him confused with the other Atom that I had previously did in Hop-In issue 1, which you can check out on this channel. But pretty much there are two different atoms with the same name. Like one's an atom atomic bomb, and the other one is an atom that can shrink down to the molecular level. But yeah, so a great comic book out of DC Rebirth. Justice League of America, but we're going to continue on in the DC universe, and up next we're going to be talking about Red Hood and the Outlaws. Now, for those who don't know who Red Hood and the Outlaws are, the team is built up of Jason Todd, which was the second Robin, Bizarro, who is just the opposite of Superman, and Artemis, who is from the Mascara, or at least that's what she used to be from. You said it's like a different land she came from, but her story arc was just before this story arc that we're going to talk about. Now, the first story arc was mainly focusing on Jason Todd. He's letting us know where he came from, and we're seeing how the team is being formed. The second story arc is talking about Artemis and who she is and why she's out here in the world. And now we're getting into Bizarro. Bizarro was created not like everybody else would think, but Bizarro was created from Lex Luthor. And so you know, if anybody knows how to help Bizarro out, it's Lex Luthor, because, well, he created him. So at the end of the second story arc, which was about Artemis, Bizarro gets sick. Issue 12, they're trying to figure out how can we, save Bizarro. How can we save Bizarro? By the end of that issue, Lex Luthor comes in. I got a solution. Let me help him. I created him. He's mine. So, bam. We're in issue 13, and Lex Luthor saves Bizarro. He helps him. He's not going to die, at least not faster than before. And but he left a little something different. This way, Bizarro isn't talking, am I not here? Or, how Bizarro talks. I don't know, you gotta read the comic book, which is great, by the way. 3 issues that I'm talking about will only cost you $11.97. And like I said, the Red Hood and the Outlaws is great. It's something different, and I like the little twist at the end of the comic book of issue 13 because it's something different. Like I said before, we're so used to hearing Bizarro talk the opposite of Superman, or talking the opposite of everybody else. So to see what happens at the end of this issue, you would be surprised, amazed, and not disappointed. So definitely go check out Red Hood and the Outlaws. Okay, up next we're going to be talking about the Green Lanterns. Hi everybody. So I know you're probably tired of talking about the Green Lanterns if you've been watching. Talking about the Green Lanterns yet again. You probably think they're one of my favorites. They are, in a way. These Green Lanterns came out in the beginning of DC Rebirth. So with I think there was only about 7 comic books that came out when DC Rebirth relaunched, and these were one of the first guys to come out. Now their story arc, like I've been saying, Welcome Comic Friends, that story arcs normally take up 5 to 6 issues. So from the beginning, I want to say at least issue 6 all the way to now, issue 30, because issue 30 came out yesterday. Today's Thursday, I'm recording this. Issue came out yesterday on Wednesday, and it's little side stories, but it's mainly about this story arc that they got. So this guy and his mother were scientists. They're on, I want to say, Earth 37 probably, and they were able to figure out how to create the lantern, how to hold all the emotions inside. Unfortunately, the planet was about to explode, so the mother does what any mother would do for their child. She sends them off, not in the Superman type rocket ship type thing. No, the grown man, he's a grown man. And she says, I need you to go. I need you to figure out how to work this lantern. I need you to figure out how to control the powers that's inside this lantern, because it works. And she said, once you do, come back here and save us all. So it's kind of like a time machine, that lantern that he holds. And so what happens is he's traveling from different dimensions, different planet Earths throughout the multiverse. He winds up landing in our dimension, and he meets the Guardians. The Guardians, trying to figure out how to control certain powers, and they said we can do this through the power of the ring because of this lantern. So they study him, yada 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 goes on, and obviously wouldn't be talking about him because if he didn't do anything crazy or wrong, obviously wouldn't be talking about him. Something goes astray, his main thing is go back home, save his planet, his mom. That doesn't happen the way that the Guardians want it to happen. So he decides to go rogue. They wind up defeating him, locking him up, and we get to actually see how that is possible from issues 29, 28, and I want to say 27. That's when Jessica Cruz and Simon, this guy right here, wind up going back to the past and pretty much get to train the original Green Lanterns. It's so funny how it just loops around. They never thought that they would be the ones who would start the Green Lanterns oath and whatnot. It's an amazing comic book. I don't want to ramble on too much about it. I want you guys to definitely go check it out. Issue 29 is great. Issues 28 and 27, 26. From issue 25 up to issue 30, which came out yesterday on Wednesday, should have you caught up, and you should know what you need to know. Now that is on out the way, we talked about the other comic books that were out there. that we talked about. We talked about the Justice League. We talked about the Justice League of America, and we also talked about the Red Hood and the Outlaws. Now, I'm saying all this, and you're probably seeing me probably before, it's probably like a more up close personal thing where you're seeing a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but it's more farther back. I was able to go on Wish and pick and bought something, a tripod where you can pretty much just, you put it on and you can tie it up against whatever you wanted to tie it up against, and it's on there for Wish. It's free. But the only difference was that, having that, but I said obviously I had to push the button, do this and the third, but I was able to get this thing. It comes with it. It's a Wi-Fi little remote that you can connect to your phone. It also it's for iPhone, which is the top part, iOS, and Android is down there at the bottom. So if you have it set on video, like I have it set on video now, just push the button and it's recording. You don't have to push and hold still for a couple seconds, wait for the phone to get focused or nothing like that. Just push it, bam. So anyway, I've been late on a couple of videos. I'm sorry about that. New job and all of that. Kev's Weekly Pool should be out probably later on today or probably tomorrow. I don't know. When I get a chance to get to the comic book store. As I normally say, I've been Kev, you've been you. Let's stay in tune.